welcome back to the Press Box, Week 10. Final week of the season. A lot of teams playing for stuff, some aren't. These guys are. The Memorial Vipers, we're here in their Press Box. Final week, they're playing San Antonio East Central. Win, hey, they're in the Class 5A playoffs.
Well, this is what you want, a chance to make the playoffs, and they've got it. They win, they're in. They don't have to worry about anybody else. They just take care of their own business, and they're in. And that's what we're waiting to find out, if they take care of their business.
Yeah, last week did not take care of their business. 58-0 loss down in Judson. Quite the program Judson has. This week got East Central. They have a good running back. What do you know about East Central, and what do you think the Vipers need to do to come out with a win?
Well, East Central usually is a very athletic team, and that's the thing. They'll have to control their athleticism and cut down on their mistakes, and I think they'll have a chance to win if they do that.
Okay. Earlier, I had a chance to catch up with Mickey Finley and Preston Turner. Let's go to that tape right now. Offense shut out last week. How do y'all turn things around a little bit and get the offense going this week?
We turn offense around by just doing what we've been doing all year long, running the ball with a quarterback. Got some new wrinkles we're going to put into the offense this week. And we just really ready to get on the road. We know we got everything on the line this week. It's either playoffs or nothing. So we got a lot to play for. So the offense is looking forward to having a great game this week.
Okay. What are some of those new wrinkles?
We got a lot more passing involved. The run game is going to always be the focus of this offense. So we're just going to continue to do what we do, majority.
All right, here with Memorial head coach Mickey Finley. So, Coach, get a victory, you're in the playoffs. Is that how you're approaching this game, or what? How do y'all go into this game? What's the mindset?
Well, it's a mindset of this is a playoff game for us. It's single elimination, just like the playoffs. So our practices and game preparation, everything else has been a playoff type atmosphere.
Okay. How do you put last week in the past and get these guys to just focus on this week?
Well, it's really simple. It's not anything to it, really. I think a lot of us like to forget last week, and it's not hard to tell them to do that. We didn't watch the films. We didn't even talk about it very much. Just said, it was a great disappointment. Now let's go on and get ready for this next ball game and try to, it's just a deal where all the mistakes you've made all through the year can be erased with this one thing, because if you win this, everybody's 0-0, and that's kind of the way we're approaching it.
Okay. How proud are you of the guys? Last year, the last game of the season really didn't mean anything. It was just the last game, but this year it does mean something. How much does that show the program's development?
Well, it's developed a lot. I think you can see that with this varsity football team. It's been very competitive. We're just 2 plays really from winning 2 more ball games and really being in great shape right now. We one play against Carroll, one play against King, and we've got 2 more victories and got a sense for the playoffs. So we've come a long way, and we realized by playing Judson how far we still got to go.
Win, keep playing, lose, last game of the season. How do y'all come out and get a win this week?
Everybody's just getting really, really mentally focused. We're all coming out and preparing for this game as if it's the most important game of our life. Everybody's working hard, everybody's just ready, and everybody's really hungry just to get this victory.
Okay. From film on East Central, what do you think you have to do defensively to stop their offense?
Defensively, we just got to be aggressive, and we got to run to the football. They have a fast back, but if we run to the football and keep them contained, I think we'll take care of it.
Let's go, baby. Keep right on me. Keep right on me. Let's go!
All right, well, Vipers are saying all the right things. Now it's time to bring it out here to Memorial Stadium, do the right things on Friday, take down East Central, and they're in the playoffs. Another playoff game that we might be looking at is Ganado and Flatonia. That's a playing game for the playoffs.
Right.
What do you think about that game?
Well, it's win you're in, lose you're out. And Ganado's been hard to figure. They're up, they're down. They had a big first half against Shiner, and then Shiner came back in the second half on them. But then they turned around and beat Burton, and then they turned around and lose to Louise. Now, I know Flatonia, Adrian Leiter, their great running back, did not play against Shiner. We don't know his status exactly yet for the Ganado game, but that'll be a key right there. That's one of those situations that's cut and dried. Another one is Goliad and Yoakum. The winner of that game gets the 2nd seed in its district, and the loser is the 3rd seed. And you say, well, what difference does it make? You're in the playoffs. Well, I'll tell you what difference.
Yeah.
The loser of that game gets Lavernia in the first round, and that's the team that defeated Cuero. So and the winner's going to get either probably Marion or Poteet. So there's a big difference there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You kind of just jumped on me. I've never asked question why there's such a big difference, but no. But you'll actually be at that game. Who do you have in that one? I mean, it's a good game. I know you've seen Yoakum play Cuero, and you've seen Goliad a couple times too. Just what are you thinking coming into the game?
Obviously Yoakum, because they have the home field advantage. That would be, if I had to back up and pick one, that's probably who I'd pick. But Goliad has shown a lot of resiliency this season. There's some points where they could have quit. You know, coming off of that drubbing they got from Cuero, they turned around and beat Edna. So they've shown they have the ability to bounce back. You know, this game will be played with urgency, but it's not like Ganado and Flatonia where you know if you lose, you're out. This way, at least, you know, you've got that knowing that you're going to be in the playoffs, so you can relax a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And knowing that you're going to be in playoffs, St. Joseph Flyers, they knew coming into the season they were going to make the playoffs, but they've also known that this is the game. San Antonio Christian, they knew this was going to be the game for a district championship. This year it happens to fall last week of the season, just increasing the intensity a little bit. Both teams coming in great. San Antonio Christian 9-0. Flyers, they have 2 losses on their season, but one of those came to Class 2A's #1 team in the state, or Furio, and the team's on a roll right now. I think, I forget my exact stat, but it was like 167-0 in the last 5 games.
Well, you know, they played great defense, and that's going to be the key again, because we all know about San Antonio Christian has a great passing attack. So the key will be, I think, putting pressure on their quarterback, and if the Flyers can do that, I think they have a good chance, because San Antonio Christian has been scored upon. Hyde Park scored a lot of points against San Antonio Christian.
Yeah,
so,
Hyde Park put 28 on them.
So I think St. Joseph will score. The key is them being able to not necessarily stop them, because if the quarterback is that good, he'll make some plays. But you want to contain him to where he doesn't beat you up. Yeah,
and quarterback Wilson Vick, he is that good, but I think the St. Joseph defense is just as good. They shut him out last year. It was 28-14 was the final down in San Antonio. So Flyers, they're win district champions again, get a home playoff game the first week, which is important for them.
Right.
Any other games that you're really eyeing this week?
Well, there's an interesting situation in District 26 2A. Right there, Rice Consolidated's already clinched the district championship. In fact, we already know they're playing Salado, you know, next week in Seguin, and but Rice is going for their first undefeated season in school history. So that situation. Then you have Hallettsville going to East Bernard. And Hallettsville's already in, but if Hallettsville wins, it's the 2nd seed, and that can make a big deal because the 3rd seed there has to play undefeated Rogers. So Hallettsville would like to win, and also they would get a chance to kind of get back to East Bernard, because East Bernard knocked Hallettsville out of the playoffs last year. And what becomes interesting is if Hallettsville wins and Weimar beats Hempstead, then you have Schulenburg, East Bernard, and Weimar in a 3-way tie for 3rd. And they're going to have to flip a coin to determine who gets to go to the playoffs. So you've got a 1 in 3 chance, which is pretty dicey.
Yeah. So should be pretty interesting last week of the season for a lot of these guys. They'll be turning in the pads on Monday. We never really got pads, but I guess if we did, more than likely we would be turning them in on Monday as well. But a lot of these teams, they'll still be playing, so it should be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Some of these teams will be playing basketball next week, and the teams that make the playoffs will still be out working out, which in this case is what they want to do.
All right. Vipers, for sure. They don't want to be hitting the hardwood yet. Another aspect of the press box is highlights. We're encouraging coaches and fans to send in clips. You can either do this by sending us a URL from YouTube or bringing us a physical copy. Our address here is 311 East Constitution in Victoria.